Tiawan Gongloe right here on this radio in Bus. So, Chief Daddy say, welcome to Grand Gedeh, welcome to Zwedru, and welcome to Flash Radio.
Thank you, and let me say hello, Blofayo Zonzien.
Wow. So you can speak the Crown dialect.
Well, you know, I was named Pulion, which means Savior, of the Port Town in 2009.
Who gave you the name Pulion?
The people of Port Town.
Okay. But when you are a rapper?
Because I slept there 2 nights. In 2009, when I wanted to dedicate a project that Labour Ministry did for the people of Port Town. You know, Port Town is a town that was divided by 2 swamps. And God couldn't go on the other side. Labour Ministry in his community development program did 2 bridges in that town. And I came to dedicate it. And they felt strange that as someone from Nimba, that I came and slept in their town instead of sleeping at Mona Hotel in Zwedru for 2 nights. So after that, they said, oh, but this Councillor Gongloe is trying to bring back Nimba and Grand Gedeh people together because he doesn't have soldiers behind him. No police.
We got a lot of big towns and cities in Grand Gedeh. Why decided to sleep in the Port Town?
Because that's where the project was dedicated.
Okay.
Yeah, and I slept there. At that time, Port Town was not as good as it's looking today. Things were a bit on the low side, but I slept there as a way of strengthening their confidence, but also building a better relationship between Nimba and Grand Gedeh, trying to restore the relationship.
Okay.
And they appreciated that so much. Since that time till today, I go to Port Town all the time. In fact, I slept in Port Town 2 nights ago. Yes.
So how has been the reception in Grand Gedeh? Saying
in Grand Gedeh, it has been phenomenal.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to say beyond expectation because I've had a very good relationship with the people of Grand Gedeh from the time I was Minister of Labour. And don't forget that the Grand Gedehs appreciate me so much for representing the 18 Grand Gedehs in 2013, led by Nizi Bawe from Konomo District, who were in jail, charged by the government of Liberia for mercenaries in Ivory Coast. There were not many lawyers prepared to represent them. They didn't have money. And I represented them free of charge. So they are grateful to me. And you know, the 18 Grand Gedehs spread all over the districts of Grand Gedeh. The Foridia from another area, Bobby Sapi, and many of them. You know, so the people of Grand Gedeh have been very, here in Liberia and in the United States. For example, you know, William Yanu, who participated in the senatorial race here, is a very strong supporter of me. Cllr Juloka, the lead campaigner for Senator Zopeno's re-election, is a strong campaigner for me. There are many, some of them are working with the UN. You can't call the Gibson Jeru is #1. Gibson Jeru, and many of them are the Babla brothers.
So the
Babla brothers from Babla Town. That's why I went to Babla Town yesterday.
Okay.
You know, the Babla brothers support me, and Richard Greer, also from Babla Town. So, you know, in my appreciation, I jeopardize their work.
Okay.
But yeah, there are so many Grand Gedeh. The Flat brothers, the Coopers, you know, Eugenia Cooper Merchant and her sister Annie Cooper and the rest of them. So many, I can't stop naming Grand Gedehs that support me.
Okay.
And so the same way they support me in the diaspora, in America, in England, in Australia, their parents here, their family members do support me. So last night, for example, I slept in you'd be surprised, I slept in Tuzon last night.
Okay.
And when I called the name of Cllr Juloka, the whole place went wild for me.
Wow.
And they hosted me well in Tuzon. A lot of people in Nimba and other parts of Liberia will find it strange that Councillor Tiawan Gongloe will choose to sleep in Tuzon. But the way they welcome him in Tuzon, the way the enthusiasm they show gave me the comfort to sleep there. And truly, they fed all my people that came with me And I had more than 20 persons, some of them from Grand Gedeh. They were well-fed, food left over, and they all had places to sleep. So yes, it has been great in Grand Gedeh. I just left the driver union station, and I was well received by more than 40 persons, and they listened to my message, and I believe it's going around.
Send your driver to the country. What have been your message that you've been carrying out?
My message has been, I want to be a project manager to change Liberia's story for the better. And I'm standing.
Many people will now understand our project manager.
You know, somebody who can do your work for you. Like you have farm to do, the person who will be making the farm. So me, I want to be liberal for Liberian people. All the work that Liberia has failed to do in the past, the leaders of Liberia have failed to do, that one I want to do. And I got 10 projects, 10 major work for Liberia. But I like to talk about 4, because the 4, when I talk about it, everybody can be happy.
That is the major one.
The major one. When I talk about it, everybody can say they won't put me on the bike. Number 1, for example, look at the road from Tapeta here.
Okay.
Long time ago, on a Tubman and Do, there used to be all over higher all over the counties, and they used to have those yellow machine, the caterpillar and thing. Dry season, they start cleaning the road. Because of that, when I grew up in Tapeta, I never heard one day said that the road from Zwedru to Tapeta closed one day, even in August or September. So, but now no problem here again. So the road from Zwedru to Tapeta, 6 months of the year, it can be open. And when the road from Zwedru to Tapeta is not open, it means the whole of southeastern Liberia, from here to Grand Crew, Maryland, Sino, nobody can go to Monrovia. Well, Sino people can try small because the road through Grand Bassa, but even that road can be spoiled too, because no follower are there. So I want to bring bike followers in all the 15 countries, so that the road caterpillar can be on the road during the dry season, fixing it all the time. Caterpillar will be on the road. Let me promise the Grand Gedeh people, in the first year, in fact 6 months of becoming
year of the presidency.
Yes.
Okay.
In the next year, in the first 6 months, I will put 10 caterpillars on the road between Ganta and Zwedru, so that the roads can be open all the time. The roads cannot be spoiled. It's easy to do.
This has been Nigerian legislature for a couple of years and it has been happening.
No, I'm a different person. When I say something, I can do it.
So what makes different from the rest of the
For example, yesterday I was surprised because I respect my words. Anything I say, I can do it.
Okay.
For example, when I was going to be Solicitor General of Liberia, I said I'm going to transform prosecution. From 1847 until I became Solicitor General in 2006, all the county attorneys in Liberia were not lawyers. Only the one in Monrovia used to be lawyers. Before I left from there, I changed all the county attorneys in Liberia, in the 15 counties. They all were lawyers. The first person I signed was, at that time, Attorney Adolphus Cardinal. Now he is Counselor at Law. You know, so I changed it, I said it, I did it. I went to Ministry of Labor, I said I want to enforce the liberalization policy. Too many foreigners are getting Liberian jobs. So when I went there, I said, oh, I know what to do. Plenty of foreigners getting a job because of work permit fee low. So I increased the work permit fee from 400 to 1,000 US dollars. As soon as I did it, people who were employing 50 foreigners dropped it to 20, and Liberians got a job. So I did it. I went to the Bar Association. I said, I will make the bar self-reliant. We can't be begging all the time. Not knowing some lawyer 10 years, they can't pay their due. So I introduced licensing program. Before you get licensed, you pay all your due. As soon as I did it, like I met less than 50,000 in the bar coffers. In short time, the bar had over 300,000 in the treasury. I used 240,000 to pay the first floor of the bar headquarters on the Raoul Street Highway. It's there right now for everybody to see. Then I left more than 100,000 in the coffers. Because just by enforcing the law, I said, and by issuing a license, only lawyers got a license. People who graduated from law school, who were Liberians. And you know the situation was not good to get that Nigerian men who came and passed through, that were expelled. We can never have that situation in the bar again, because before you get licensed, you got to fill the form, whether you naturalize, your naturalization certificate, everything, and the vetting committee look at it. So the bar now is respected and the bar has money. True, because I promised I would do that. First time people were telling me yesterday, last year when I went there for New Year's Day, they say I was so. We won one generator here. That time I was not running for the presidency. So I said I would give the generator. I sent it to them, saying, I think either July or August, I said, but the row of that. Yesterday they showed, they say, oh, we want to show you the generator. You say, I want to show it to everybody. So when I talk something, I can do it. You know, I like my name. So that one, everything I'm saying, I think that I've thought about, that I say I will do, and surely I will do it because of my track record.
The biggest question here is that when Nigerians have been asking on several occasions, why you want to replace President George Monaghan?
Because President George Monaghan has disappointed the people of Grand Gedeh so much, and the people of Liberia. In fact, the people of southeastern Liberia.
In which way?
I would not come from southeastern Liberia. Then 6 months of the year, people from Maryland, Grand Coup, River G, Sino, Grand Gedeh can't get to Monrovia during the rainy season.
Okay.
That is very, very bad. You should have made, you know, southeastern Liberia a priority in terms of freedom of movement.
Well, President, we have said there are funding available for the pavement of the road.
5 years it's being available. I just gave you a suggestion. What's the President, we have from putting some caterpillars on the road to make sure that the roads are maintained. Just caterpillar. I'm talking about pavement.
Okay.
Pavement will take a long time. But you could have put, you know, 10 caterpillars on the road between Zwedru and Ganta. I will put some, you know, between Plibo and you know, Bell and Grand Crew. Put some here, Battlebone, other places, just to keep the road maintained so that people can be moving around. Because right now, the situation, right now somebody gets sick. The best hospital in the region, that the hospital in Tapata. But you can put 20 ambulances here. No way for somebody to get to Tapata. While coming the road yesterday around Guantan area, some cars have been stuck there for 1 week. So if you are in ambulance, you die right there. So the roads have to remain open. So that my number one project will be to put public yards in all of the countries so that the roads are maintained. To reduce poverty. They don't want to put planting and they can't get to the market, then they can't get money. If you are going the road to Tapata now to go to Monrovia with a truck of banana, they will get rotting. Then you get poor. Maybe you credit them money to pay the transportation of the truck to go. Instead of making money, you become a creditor, you become a debtor, and somebody could carry the court. So, road condition. The next thing I want to do is the medical condition in the country. Do you know our hospitals, when you go there, they can only prescribe medicine. But even more than that, before you go there, you know, you have to pay money. And because a lot of pregnant women can't afford, people can't afford to pay money for their children who are under 5 and old people, a lot of the people in the 3 segment of the population die. Someone have become pregnant women, children under the age of 5, and Liberian citizens 65 years old will go to all the government hospitals and clinics free of charge. They will not pay 1 cent.
Are you saying this because you want to become president of Liberia?
No. I'm saying this because that is a thing that needs to be done to make Liberia a better place. No, I've been saying that before. And so I say, I'm tired of advocating. Let me go and sit in the driver's seat and do it myself. The next thing is food condition in this country. Do you know? No, let me come to education. A lot of children in this country have been to more than 250 towns. And many children in the country are not going to school because there are no free government school in the country. The parents have to pay registration fee and organization fee. So many children are not going to school. But do you know Liberia is being hired by the government to require children to pay school fees and the parents get paid? Then somebody put our godson here to be our brain surgeon, to be our other medical doctors, to be scientists, to be inventors. Are now having an opportunity to develop their mind. So is Liberia that is losing. Someone become president. Every Liberian child from kindergarten to 12 will go to school free of charge. Government will provide a copybook, the pencil, the textbooks, the food.
Both private and
no government schools.
Okay.
I will make government schools more attractive than private schools, right? And I will provide textbooks for all students of Liberia, both in private and government schools. All right. Now, the thing is, the next thing I will make everybody in Liberia to learn how to read and write in 2 years. The way I will do it, I will make government give stipend to junior high students, senior high students, college students, where they got in towns that have colleges, so that after school, they teach at least 10 person in a community how to read and write. Government gives type and research money, and you are monitored by one supervising teacher. You teach 20 people in your community how to read normal, how to write and all that. I'm sure in 6 months some people will learn how to do it. So you can read text message and all that, because you can't read and write now, then you're not living in the world, because everything go by phone, all the information on the phone. So in 2 years, I will make everybody in Liberia learn how to read and write.
But do you think that it can work easily?
It will work. I say, I'm an adult literacy teacher. I was trained in Ethiopia in 1981. I'm thinking about strategy. I say, if you got junior high students, say that only 10 people you teach in your community. If you don't teach them, we'll take you off the research money. The incentive for them to be teaching every day after school. The 10 people in the community, the supervisor can see and tell the people whether they are being taught. I believe strongly in 2 years, everybody in Liberia will learn how to read and write. I will employ college graduates who don't have jobs and send them to villages that don't have schools, so that they can full-time teach people how to read and write. Okay? The next thing I will do is that most of our children today, there's no motorbike and go camp be working, no trade. So I will open free trade school for all Liberians who are school dropouts, high school graduates in the 15 counties, for them to learn mechanic work, to learn tailoring work, to learn carpenter work, road building, electricity work, so that they can find a job or even work for themselves. Because the way I go on the road now to River G, if my car breaks down anywhere in a town and you're mechanic and you're there, you know the trade, you make money right there. That's why Guinea government does for the Guinea. You see all the Guineans that come in the country, most of them are mechanics. They didn't learn it by themselves. Their country, that program should train them. Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leone, Ivorians, we must do the same thing. Government has neglected the citizens of this country too long. So for the young people, help is on the way. I will give them training and we'll have trade. So they don't have to ride motorbike for their whole life, because even you want to ride it for your whole life, you can, by the time you're 40 years old, your bike start hurting you. So we'll change their story from, and make life better and easier for them. The last thing I want to do is in food production. Because the way you and I are sitting down here, somebody can bring us a yam with fish gravy, and we eat our stomach full. 9 o'clock to now, I ask you, have you eaten? You say, no. I ate some yam today, but I'm not eating the whole day. Why? Because you are not eating rice. Okay. Rice is the only thing we call food in Liberia. But we don't grow it here. The only way we grow rice is by collises and hoes. And it cannot adequately feed this country. I'm a farmer, so I know by April, they kind of write the book and can go on the farm and use food. So by April, everybody in the country can be hungry. Then they start sending it to the city, to the children. Some of them calling for America for 25 kg rice. By the way, the 2 times been to America recently to tell them I'm running one, invited them. They say, Cllr Gongloe, one year China, so they're begging too much. At least in the past, people used to call and say, please send me $5 and building house. And you will never hear from that president again for the next 3 to 4 years. But this time, like every 2 weeks, they 25 kg right video, please send. So this time in America, suppose when they see the number for Liberia, they can't answer it. Because they know they come and beg them. But if we have good government here and change that story around, nobody will be begging. I can make Liberia an exporter of rice rather than rice importer. That is my dream. And the way I'll do it is this. I will buy rice grain machines and divide it among the farmers in the 15 countries through the farmers cooperatives that already exist. And they will make big farms. Look, in Grand Gedeh here, if there are even 20 farms, like the Zlatan oil palm plantation and source of rice will never finish from Grand Gedeh, and the price of rice will never go up. So I'll do that for all the counties. Limba, Lofa, and Bonkan that are traditional big rice growers. Some of them will have 20, 30 farms in Kokopa. Then rice will be plenty in the country, but that's not sufficient for me. There is one segment of the population that is being paid in government and they're not working. The army. The army was created so they can defend us when any country attack us. So that they can attack any country that threatens our security. But the army, since it was created in 1908 through the frontier force, had never fought any war. But we pay them salary every day, we buy them uniform, we buy them guns. So I got new war for the army to fight. I will declare war against hunger. and make the army to produce not less than 100 acres of rice in each of the 15 counties. I mean, some of them will even produce 100 hectares, but minimally 100 acres of rice in each of the. And I'm saying, if the army is using machines to produce rice, and the farmers are using machines to produce rice, there will be surplus of rice in the country, to the extent that instead of Liberia using $200 million a year to import rice, we will be generating $500 to $600 million a year for exporting rice. Then I'll change Liberia's story for the better. I want to be the transformer, the game changer, and I'm sure I will do that. So, but in order for me to do that, we need money. You see that broom here? That broom is a metaphor, it's a symbol for me to sweep corruption from government. How to sweep corruption? I'm a lawyer. I got a 12-count prescription to fight corruption. Beginning with openness of the salary and benefits of the president, the assets of the president, and everybody in government, in the 3 branches of government. And put everybody's salary on the internet. To the extent that if the representative, you know how much the man making when he start billing $200,000, he say the representative stealing, or the senator stealing, or the chief justice stealing, or the justice stealing, or the judge stealing, or the minister stealing. That one will be open, and all the young people can't read and be talking there. They are not the man, the whole value of that more than 50,000, any money will be 300,000 now. The young people will be talking there. But some people are ashamed. When I hear that, I will call you as president. Say, the minister, I hear you billing, not fast rate billing, fast rate billing in Zleta or in Porta or in Tuzo or in Zwedru. You say, yeah, Mr. President, where you got that money from? You start scratching your head. I will fire you immediately and turn you over to the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission for full investigation and prosecution. And there will be no defense for you. Because you can't say that your relative, your friend in Saudi Arabia or Kuwait send you money. Because there is law against the maximum gift you can, value of gift you can receive. Under the code of conduct, you can't receive more than $250 gift, US dollar. So you got thousands of dollars you can't justify. So when you are found guilty, you go to jail for 5 to 10 years. And then the law provides for confiscation, seizure of your stolen items. The balance of the money in the bank will be taken from you by law, and your houses and cars, you know, everything you bought with that money will be seized and turned over to the government. And I usually ask the question everywhere I go, and people answer no. And I say, if 5 ministers are in jail, all their properties taken, they are in jail, each of them for 10 years, and their family members are suffering. You think any other minister will want to steal again? The answer is usually no. I also ask a second question. You think anybody who wants to come into government to steal with one government job under my administration? They say no. I said, but then I'm feeling burning corruption. I'm feeling ending corruption. And when we end corruption, there are 2 things that will happen. We'll have enough money for our health program, for our educational program, for our road program, and food program, and other activities of government. But more than that, it will end the hardman business in the country. Most of the ritualistic in the bourgeois business, there are people who go to medicine and say, hey, how can I be minister? How can I be representative? How can I be senator? How can I be a judge? How can I be managing director? They say, go bring human being heart. Go bring human being eyeball. Go bring human being blood. Go bring human being liver. Go bring human being kidney. All these different things. And people can be living for it to happen. That's why they run behind both. So when we stop corruption, there will be no more incentive for bringing human being part. And the country will be safe. So when we end corruption the way I have it, Liberia will be safe, and Liberia will become richer and will develop faster. This is my message to the Liberian people. All these programs and the anti-corruption program, of course I'm a lawyer, I will make sure that the rule of law, the law of Liberia will apply to everybody. There will be no exception. Nobody will be above the law. So I've talked to Nigerians everywhere I met, even the last group of people I talked to here at the parking station told me, we did not want to vote, but because of your message, we registered to vote. So I'm calling on all Nigerians in Konombo, in Bazo, in Bogo, in Putu, all of the other districts and towns to register to vote. I know that politicians have disappointed you, and many of you I've said this year, you now register to vote, especially when you see the road coming to Grand Gedeh. So, but help is on the way. What I told you today is something that I promise I will do based on my past record in the bar association and in government.
Okay. Okay, folks, if you're just joining us once again, you are listening to Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, the presidential aspirant in the October 10, 2023 election in the Republic of Liberia. And let's take this question and then we'll get back to the phone line. You have been touring so many countries in Liberia since you declared your intention. Then what have been the response of citizens as it relates to you coming to the presidency?
It is because of the responses I've been getting from the different areas I've gone that I can say with confidence that I'm going to win the election in the first round. I went to 28,000 local. I slept in Bagido, in Malingo area. I slept in Bogeza. I slept in Foya. I slept in Zina Loman. I went all over the place. And, you know, no disrespect to former Vice President Joe Barker, but I was told that all of the places I went to in Lofa, he's never been there. I slept in places that he's never been to. You know, my mother came from Bonkane. Bonkane people are excited about me. Nima people are very excited. You know, and I've been a poor man lawyer. I've done services for people all over Liberia. And people, everywhere I've gone, people just testify to the things I've done. For example, here in Grand Gedeh, I told you to call me Pulling. But also in Cape Town, where I just came from, they call me Tony. Stay with us, stay here. Okay. You cannot be bad, but tell you stay here. And then in the Gravel Land, our name in a little town also happened, Rock Town. They call me Waamu. I say, what I mean? They say, bless us. Okay. So these are good names, you know. And when I get on the radio, nobody says anything negative. All they can say is that, you know, Councillor Gongloe is a good man, but he too poor to be president. You now win because he get money, you know. So I said, well, you know, all the change agents I know in the world, Jesus Christ was not rich. Muhammad did not come from rich family, but their messages are being carried by billions of people in the world. People are being converted to it. So, my message of redemption of Liberia from the backwardness that Liberia faces now is so attractive, and my track record convinces people that I'm able to be pulling here for Liberia, to save Liberia. You
have not named your VAR running mate.
That is true. My committee just gave me the criteria for the Liberian that will qualify to be my running mate, and I approved it. So I told them, now give me the name of the person whom the cap fits. So I believe when I get back to Monero, I'll get several names of Liberians, qualified Liberians based on the criteria.
Okay, folks, we will open the phone now so we can also listen to Ghanaians who have been, you know, listening to the radio to ask questions. You can call us now on 0880 102 102, 0880 102 102. 0778 15 24 24, 0778 15 24 24, 0880 102 102, and 0778 15 24 24 are the numbers for you to call now if you have any question. We have Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, the presidential aspirant in the October 10. Let's pick up this correction. Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, hello.
Me, where you call from?
My name is Harry Kukubai, and I call you from a Bullet community.
Welcome. Let's hear you. How you been following?
Yeah, I've been following, and you know, thank you very much, Councillor Gongloe. I don't know Councillor Gongloe.
Okay.
I've been hearing him. I've been hearing about him.
Okay.
I'm the message straightforward, man. You know, what you said to me, message. All what you say, the message that I love is the message of our culture.
Okay.
And I love that very much.
Okay.
And Councillor Gongloe, I don't know what the heck it is, but I think I will show you to push your brain. I will show you to push your brain. I will look for that. I will look for it, and I will do the push your brain. when I hold on me, because your uncle is want to pay the rate, to pay the rate, I will induce.
Okay.
Now we come to get somebody who have like Cllr man in the real condition. The agriculture is the most important thing that when like is to pay agriculture and a president, not know will be blessed and everything that we want will get it. So thank you very much for the message. I will follow you up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 0880-102-102, 0880-102-102, 0778-15-24-24, 0778-15-24-24, 0880-102-102. With this person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Me, where you come from?
My name is Ambassador Hortonsi Oyomisi from Nima Country.
No, you are rude. Where are you speaking from right now?
I'm speaking from the Triangle Zwedru.
Welcome. Let's hear you question.
All right. Let's applaud my incoming President Tiawan Gongloe. I'd like to appreciate him a lot for the statement he made on the land of Better Liberia, which has to do with agriculture aspects. And one of the things is that the agriculture will bring every necessary thing to we the Liberians, and we will benefit from it. So the appreciation is much. And also, my dream is that what we have talked on to come to pass so that everything can be successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you ever so much. 0778-15-24-24. Let's hear you. 0778-15-24-24. 0880-102-102. 0778-15-24-24. We just call, please. Sorry, I'm mistaking the time for the call. So this person. Hello.
Hello, people.
Me, where you come from?
This is Jefferson Village from Kavala District here for a bullet.
Calling for all the way, boy. Welcome to the program. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I want to welcome the honorable man in studio there.
Okay.
Who do you know?
Yes.
You have a fan name.
Okay.
His name is Fan. You represent his name. You have a good platform
Okay.
for the Liberian people. But what I want to say is that I really want to appeal to the government that you should wait for 2029.
Wow.
Yes, I come in now. I come in. Everyone, I come in. 2029 it will be the record time for him. The reason being that we wait for George. We have to complete the second point. So it will not be good. I come here. I come in. I've been following the show. Since we started in Gedeh.
Okay.
With Zwedru.
We're getting there, yeah.
Yeah, with Zwedru. So this time when Mr. Zwedru on your show, I can always say that we know the honorable man, but the rightful time for the man, everything has a time.
Okay.
The rightful time for the man is 2029.
Right.
When he comes 2029, my brother, I tell you no lie. But he have a good basis, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's listen to all of us. 880-102-102. 880-102-102. 778-15-24-24. We pick up few calls to get back to Councillor Gongloe. Ask the questions if you have to this person. Hello. You have to just wait for the radio before I cut you off. Hello.
Okay. Good evening.
Me, where you call from?
This is Prince Cherry from Zwedru.
Welcome. Which part of Zwedru you call from?
Cllr Bapat.
Welcome. Let's hear you 1 minute.
Okay. Mr. Councillor Gongloe, I want to say thank you to you for your platform.
Nothing. Listening to you.
And I want you to please explain to the Liberian people, or to me, to be precise, I want to know the name of your party.
The name of the party you're running on, right?
Yes. Yes, the name of the party he's running on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for so much. 880-102-102. It will respond to you. Just keep listening to the radio. 0880-102-102. 778-15-24-24. We'll pick up full call, and I will get back to Councillor Gongloe to respond to your question. To this person. Hello. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Nia, where you call from?
I'm going to start with you, community.
Welcome. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
If Cllr Gongloe lose election, what will be the next step?
When you lose the election, what will become his next step?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll pick up another person. Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Nia, where you call from?
My name is Tiawan calling from East Community.
Welcome quickly, my brother. Let's hear you.
Yes, I want to welcome the honorable men of the countryside. Yeah, the rising sun, you know.
Quickly,
But one thing I want to add is we all been listening to local politicians, especially the people that are coming for a president. And while all he mentioned, everything has been happening. So for this time around, I want to ask him, what are some of those legacies in your plan or those things have been doing within the country and today would be encouraged to carry in? This thing I want to know.
Is them back right in the country? Thank you, thank you. We pick up the last caller and then we'll get back to Councillor Gongloe. 880-102-102, 880-102-102, 0778 152424. This person, hello.
Hello?
Just away from the radio now before I call.
Hello?
Nia, where you come from?
I'm calling from those streets.
Welcome, let's hear you 1 minute.
Yeah, I've said the honorable man, welcome in Gedeh County.
Okay.
But I just want to ask him, you know, some Gedeh have the notion that I would not go for Minarian.
Okay.
Some Minarian have the notion that anywhere Gedeh put their head, they would not pay attention to that place.
Okay.
So, which mechanism you have to put in place the good message that you draw for people to listen to people in Gedeh?
Which mechanism you have to put in place for Nigerians to listen to it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Let's treat this person. Hello? Okay, we lost this person. So let's see whether we can pick up the last caller now. And I will get back to Councillor Gongloe to respond to the questions. I know you're taking note. 080-102-102, 080-102-102, 0778 152424. Mark Gedeh, welcome.
Hello?
Mark, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Welcome to the chief studio.
Welcome.
My question is, we are hearing that he wants to go on the back as president.
You want to go honor who? Honor who?
Waka as running.
Joseph Waka as running mate.
Yeah, as running mate as VP.
So you want for him to clarify that, right?
Clarify. Let me clarify. Let me very clarify.
Thank you.
But you are voting on him, you don't need them. We have nothing. So let me very clarify.
Thank you, Mark. So we're holding right here. Councillor, welcome back. I think you listen.
Okay, let me deal with the last caller. It is not true.
Okay.
I am running for the presidency of Liberia. You just heard me say that I strongly feel I will win on the first ballot, not even the second one. My program that I gave you has not been is now on anybody's agenda. No presidential aspirant in this country since 1847 has brought such clear message. And even now, there's no presidential contender that brought it. I heard Joseph Barker say, think Liberia, do Liberia, love Liberia. I don't know what I'm receiving as educated as I am. So I have a clear message for the Liberian people, and they are following that. I have supporters who used to be in United Party before and they left. I have supporters who were in CDC before and they are with me. I have supporters who were with ANC and are with me. So what's wrong with me when people are coming to me and then I will now get up and go honor someone? It's not true. And we are different people. I'm an advocate and I have principles that I'm prepared to die for. I've gone to jail for it, and there's no presidential candidate, aspiring now who has such a record. Somebody asked,
which party are you running on?
Yeah, Liberian People's Party, LPP. Yeah. And the broom I carry is the symbol of the Liberian People's Party. Okay. It is located, the office is located on Cllr bypass. So I encourage, I'm sure that person who actually really wants to affiliate with the party. So I encourage him to go.
Somebody also asked, what next, or what's your next step if you lose the October 10 election?
I'm an assistant professor of law at the University of Liberia, and I'm still teaching.
Okay.
And so, this semester I'm not teaching, but I will I will win. But just in case something happens, I'll go back to teach. I also have a law firm called Gongloe and Associates. I do a lot of things. I write, I do research, I do different things. So I'll go back doing those normal things, and then occasional writing about governance and how it should be better. Somebody asked me, somebody said, why don't you wait for 2029? That's and even before he talked about George Weah, I said, that's a CDC man. I've heard that many times. But if George Weah can do all the things that I said, the 4 major things that I talk about, not even the other 6, just those 4 major things, if he can follow my prescription for combating corruption, if George Weah can just tell the Liberian people where he got money from to build his 47-story building in 8 months in 2018, and put his salary outside his salary benefit for all to know, if he can make sure that before election, that this rainy season is coming the road from Grand Crew to Ganta will be passable and cars will not be getting stuck, then maybe we can let Georgia go. But I don't think it is possible for him to do all of these things that I talked about. The transparency, the following the agenda I have, and all of that. I don't know how someone who I'm not sure whether he's actually living in this blooded town, because the cars that we left behind yesterday around Green Town were just coming this afternoon. We were coming from what is that name? Batigen. Yeah. And some of the trucks we left behind said they have been there for 1 week. And just because sun is shining today, that at least the mud was able to be dry a little bit for them to come. So for someone living under that condition, the way he's talking now, if he gets sick today, no ambulance can take him to JFD hospital. So let him care for himself a little bit more than like himself.
Last day, somebody asked, what have been your contribution to Liberia?
I just said, okay, I've been teaching, that's one thing. Can you imagine at the age of 26, I was teaching earlier, I taught people like Cabinet General, Justice Cabinet General, Justice Kaba, the Vice President of Liberia, Bernie Samuka, the current Senator from Lofa County, Joseph Cllr. Just so many people have taught. And teaching is a major contribution, because you can build one public toilet, and if the cement is not strong, whatever, in a few years it will break down. But when you teach people, it remains with them forever. More than that, the poor man lawyer thing I've been doing, I help people from Grand Gedeh here, but not only Grand Gedeh, Nimba. Remember the metal steel thing that happened in the grabs of Nimba and the Senate of Nimba, Down Baza County? I went there and represented free of charge, bring my own group, buying gas and putting in my car and going there. I've done too many things. So they were not thinking about him being physical. I've done a lot of things in Liberia. I just said I was at the Ministry of Justice and I transformed prosecution. I transformed labor ministry. Even the labor law that is being used now was done under my administration and submitted to the President of Liberia. That's him right there. But more than that, let me say that the questioner must be fair to me. The precondition that he did not live for Ellen, he did not live for George Weah, he did not live for Taylor, will not be laid for me. Yeah. None of these people did anything physical. Their hammer will nowhere to be like that.
That is not in our favor.
So let me just say, someone talk about reconciliation about Nimba and Grand Gedeh. When somebody is running from Nimba, Grand Gedeh was there, and now supporting our president. Somebody running from Grand Gedeh and Divine will say. So let me say, I've started a process of reconciliation and unity. I slept last night in Tucson. Not many people would think that a man, a son of Nimba, will come and sleep in Tucson. That is to show that I'm prepared to lead, to unite this country, to reconcile people. I've been to Jackson Hebdo home, Gongloe twice. I consider Gongloe to be a political shrine of Nimba. Because that's the first time that a son of Nimba came from the run for presidency. I consider Tucson to be a political shrine of Grand Gedeh County. because that's where the first son of Grand Gedeh came from and headed this country and ran for the presidency. I respect those two. And by me going to those two towns, you know, is leadership by example. I will unify, you know, the Liberian people and reconcile. Most of my major supporters are from Grand Gedeh. I just said that. I named them. William Yano, Oliver, Charlie Juluka. So, you know, that's not a problem.
Yeah, we ought to go.
Thank you very much. I just want to say that Liberia is currently in the ICU. It's in the emergency room. It will let the leadership that put Liberia in the ICU to continue, then Liberia is finished. I want Liberians to support me to take Liberia out of the ICU. You cannot give your brand new car to a carpenter to fix it. You must always give it to a mechanic. Like you keep saying, oh, Liberian politicians are the only politicians can lead a country. Today, our new Mercedes-Benz has been hammered because all that a carpenter has is a hammer and nail. This country, Liberian voters the last time committed child abuse. They took a 100-pound bag of rice and put it on a 10-year-old boy to carry. He cannot carry. The political weight is too heavy for the president in power to carry. Therefore, I'm asking them to support me because I have a clear program for saving Liberia. This is Pulian speaking. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And folks, this is how we go.